because of everything else Looney Louie has done up to this point, and the network really doesn't want to associate with him. And although Teresa could be back as a housewife and they could just say, keep the husband out of the scenes, send him to the market to buy you a steak to cook for dinner, instead of having him in any scenes, not that Looney Louie would listen. He would barge in and say, I am the man from the warrior camp and I will be here. But on a spin-off about your life, chances are we got to talk about Looney Louie. And they don't really want anything to do with him. So I don't know. I don't know. But his damaging statements do not help. Well, it turns out Mr. Ruelas has come to the defense. We talked a week ago, a few days ago, whatever it was, guys. You know what? When you work 24 hours a day and you also try to have some semblance of a social life, and please don't give me too much credit. I don't have a fucking life, okay? I just work here with all of you, and you are my ropers, and I love all of you, so who the fuck cares? I don't need a life. I'm very happy the way things are. Sarah Fraser says I have a life. I'm out every night gallivanting, so maybe I have more of a life than I give myself credit for. Anyway, we'll see Sarah Fraser soon. She was just here the past 2 days, guys. Past 3 days. She was here 3 days this week, right? But Looney Louie, and by the way, I have a headache over that future of RHONJ shit and the bloodbath. We know all this, but Looney Louie has come to the defense of his friend. Oh, Looney Louie, don't you know nobody's a real friend in the housewife world? Teddy and Kyle, Giselle and Robin. Robin understood. I'm not going to break up with Giselle just because she still makes, $800,000 and I make zero and I got fired. That's not her fault. Giselle says, I want my Robin back. I'm going to keep reasonably shady going, even though we're getting sued. That Eminem ain't playing with that name. Girls, tisk, 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 you're in trouble. Eminem doesn't like the name of your podcast, Reasonably Shady. Bad, bad girls. But Robin and Giselle, Teddy and Kyle, any other real friends in the housewife world? I can't seem to think of any. So, Looney Louie, I don't know why you're defending Mr. Napola, but and Alexia, we talked. Todd went on this rant that basically, they're painting him in certain ways, and they painted him that he does not care about or support or stick up for Frankie, who has brain deficiencies. And he's like, I will not be painted as someone that did not love my stepson. And his wife, Alexia, chose the show over him. I could have told you that one, Todd. Alexia will do anything for the show. Marisol will do anything for the show, too. See, that's where I don't believe Miss Richards will. I mean, granted, Kyle Richards has so much money, she could buy Alexia and Marisol for dinner, okay, and feed them to her dog. But Miss Richards wouldn't. If it came in between someone in her family, Kyle would say, fuck you to Alex Baskin and the producers and walk the fuck out. But we talked about this with Todd, where he claims defamation. And Looney Louie has to, first of all, they're obviously not happy. By the way, they are. Alexia can't be happy because they're divorced and divorcing, but it's still a reflection on her. I'm sure she was mortified. But Looney Louie, your future, your wife's future hangs in the in hangs in the whatever, hangs is hanging in the whatevers, and you all need the money because you still owe a gazillion dollars. And so I don't know why you're weighing in on this, Looney Louie. You should just keep to yourself. But he's had some damaging statements. I would like to find the actual statement. We talked about this before. But Louis has offered his support to Todd. I don't know why your damaging statements are against Bravo, guy. So, Alexia Napola's ex-husband, he accused producers of defamation. He said there are gang-style pylons, there's physical violence, gaslighting, microaggressions, and racially charged comments, which he's saying the two people you're destroying this season are me and the girl that has cancer. Hi, Gertie. Love Gertie. He declared that he was taking the producers' asses to court and that he's going to find out the truth, that everyone's going to find out the truth about how manipulative production is and how they use people and spin lies and stories for their own benefit. And he has the means to do this, and he's going to sue them for defamation. I commented on his post and I said, here's the good news, Todd. And then everyone weighed in, and Todd was looking at my stories for a while. But um, Todd has said, I have the means. I commented like, hey, Todd, by the way, the good news is at least you realize this now. Some of these people don't realize this for decades. So good for you for realizing this. Everything Todd said, I agree with. And I mean, I'm not Louis. I don't need Bravo for anything. But you kind of do, Louis. Your wife needs the job, right? And you need your wife to have the job. But Louis should have just minded his own business and not weighed in to support these statements from Todd that producers are gaslighting and encourage gang pylons and physical violence. And this is just another reason why it's, if you boil it down, if you really boil it down, this pea brain dimwit, Teresa, your RHONJ future has been ruined because of your husband. We've said this before. I strongly believe that. Good for you. We all should have a wife like Teresa or a husband. You are standing by your family. Good for you. I wish someone loved me that way, but I'm actually okay. I don't have any fucking time for love, if you know what I'm saying. But good for her. But your husband is costing you the job. This is not why Teresa wouldn't be back. Your husband has already done a lot of things, but it ain't going to help your case, girl. And Todd claims this is the truth and he's going to go after producers. There you go. And he feels, he wants to feel vindicated and he wants to feel validated and he wants to get to the bottom of all this, and he has the means to go after producers. um so there's that, and Bravo is not coming back from that. And Louis then weighed in. It's all fine. Louis then said hashtag truth in every word. It's about time. So that's not just liking a post. He liked the post. He liked the post. But he then went on to say hashtag truth in every word. It's about time. So Louis is liking Todd's statement that producers are manipulative and use you and gaslight you and encourage racially charged comments and physical violence and microaggressions, and that Todd is going to be suing Bravo producers for defamation and he has the means to do so. Louis says hashtag truth in every word. It's about time. Louis, these are very damaging things you've said. It ain't good. Now we're on the again. If Kyle Richards said this, oh, she's in, no one's firing Kyle. If Giselle said this on Potomac, no one's getting rid of Giselle Barlow. But when your wife is probably not coming back anyway, Louis, these are very damaging things you're saying here. Just keep your mind out of it. And by the way, to be clear, Louis, you want the $2 million that your wife is going to get, or for her salary as well. So, um, Todd accused them of lies, bullying, and behind the scenes extortion, and he spoke of an impending court battle. Nope, Louis says truth. He says truth to all that. It's about time. Be careful, Louis. And Todd says you're going to have a courtroom to perform in. You're not going to have to convince the public. You're going to have to convince a real judge and a real jury. Oh my God, this is Louis. Why are you getting involved in this? So very damaging. I don't care about who's coming back on New Jersey. I don't care about talking about it anymore, but I'm sure we will because there'll be a lot more headlines. And there you go. I'm sorry that I got so amped up about this great season of RHOC because I think that I acted too soon. I think they're in trouble, and I think those potential four people I mentioned are going to go. That's what I have to say about this past week's episode. It's all a bunch of people you don't know who to believe because everyone lies, and it is confusing, and it did happen off air, and we've seen this before. So clean it up and don't even get me fucking started on Miami because I am bored to tears. I'm not bored of the Ropers. I'm not bored about being here on Saturday with you guys. And I love you all. Everyone said last Saturday I was so riled up and they were thrilled. I think today I had like a little bit of a rile fest too. I'll be calm tomorrow. I love you all, and I will see you soon. And thank you for being on Patreon. All Patreon comments are answered. So leave a comment on this chat. Mwah. I will answer you guys. Have a great Saturday. And you better fucking be doing something fun because it's technically a long weekend and we're still a new episode, of course. Last weekend of the summer. See ya, summer. You were great. Every summer is so different. But I'm actually in New York City. I was supposed to be in the Hamptons for this last weekend. But, I had business in New York on Tuesday this past week, and I have business in New York tomorrow. Yes, on a Sunday. So to go from New York to the Hamptons and back between Tuesday and Sunday, everyone thinks it's close. Not if you're from New York, it's not. And on this weekend, I'm just like, isn't this why I have own an apartment and have an apartment that I own and a home in New York to just say I don't want to go out there? So yeah, I'm actually in New York City on Labor Day weekend, but I had something to do on Tuesday. And tomorrow it's business, but it's also fun. So I'm not crying. I actually want to be here. Oh my God, talk about a victim mentality. We got to talk about Tamra next episode about that.